I'm here with David from the Cabinet Office, who's just been part of the panel discussion covering numerous topics from diversity to skills shortages. David, perhaps you can talk us through some of the key things that you'd like to get across here at UK Construction Week in the next few days.
Well, as you mentioned, first of all, it's the diversity. We're pretty poor in the diversity. The panel there was only out of 8 panellists, there was 1 female and 1 from the BAME industry, from the BAME group. So I'd like to see more people seeing the construction as a career, especially more females, because 50% of the population roundabout are females, and so you would expect a representation of that amount. And also digital. I think digital will start to make a big change, because what it'll do is it'll attract those people that haven't before been interested in our industry, and it'll start to attract some of the younger people, the millennials, who have shorter time spans or attention spans, and really get interested in playing with digital games. They play Minecraft on their phones. They're always talking to their friends at a distance. And BIM, which is Building Information Modelling, will start to make a whole change to our industry. And I'm hoping that through that change will come a change of the people that are interested in it from different backgrounds as well. You don't have to just do engineering. And there's a kind of concentration on STEM subjects. But I think if we moved away from those STEM subjects to history and geography, geology, those kind of things, then I think we would start to attract a more diverse workforce into our industry.
Yeah, because thinking about the workforce and the type of jobs that are available, I noticed one of the questions from the audience was about how in 60 years' time some jobs will almost become redundant, but in this industry actually things like architects and engineers will be a growing sector. So is that something that you've got an opinion on?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the thing about that is you'll always need something to design. The architect will use different tools to design, whether it's pen and paper or it's a computer. So there'll always be somebody who has to design something. And then there's somebody who has to build it. Now, for me, one of the things is whether we build it out on site, and in some areas we have to build on site due to restrictions. But if you can build it in a factory, and we can start to get to factory manufacturing, then we start to look at buildings with a tolerance of millimetres rather than out on site where we have half a house brick. That's kind of your tolerance. It also means that the quality of the build in a factory is not weather dependent. And as you probably guessed, in this country, we have a lot of bad weather, which means that,
slow the building.
Yeah, and it also means that your building won't have the same quality. Whereas in a factory, you get the real good quality. In Germany and other parts of Europe, they do more factory builds and also self-build. If you could then do that, you could choose your house instead of having to choose off a menu from a home builder. You could go on and say, that's not the kind of home I want. This is the home I want. This is the money I've got to spend. And then you can work together with the architect and the designer to actually deliver the house that you feel more comfortable with.
Yeah. And UK Construction Week is showing some of this innovation here with 9 different shows under one roof. And is there anything that you're particularly excited to see here at the show?
No, I'm always excited by all of the things. There's 9 different things. There's never enough time to get around. And I even look at the stuff that the one here is doing, which is for putting glass panels in and looking at that so we don't have to manhandle.
Yeah.
So one of the things is, of course, we're seen as an industry which you have to be kind of tough and rugged and all the rest of it, and be able to lift heavy weights. Whereas with these kind of machines, then what you're able to do is say, well, no, if I can operate a machine, I can lift huge glass panels in. I don't have to have that strength. So that, again, means it's much more diverse. You then go over to timber and you can see the stuff they're doing with wood. There's energy. There's just not enough time in the day to actually see all these things. I just wish children could be taken around here to look at what our industry has to offer.
And where it's going.
Yeah.
Well, I probably shouldn't hold you up any more then. There's so much you want to see. But thank you very much for your time, and hope you have a really good day here.
Thank you.